Throughout history, people have made weapons for defense or offense. As civilization develops, weapons become more and more deadly. Despite this, a huge number of people want to have it, and therefore the production of weapons remains relevant. Moreover, this is true both for large enterprises and for handicraft workshops in third world countries. I've already talked about how weapons are made in Russia and Pakistan. Therefore, today I will tell you about how illegal weapons are made in the Philippines. In the Philippines, this place is called the City of Weapons. For more than a century, the inhabitants of the city of Danao have made a living by manufacturing machine guns, pistols, rifles and everything that can shoot and so death. There are a lot of firearms builders here. Local authorities even organized a cooperative and a couple of factories in order to legalize the production of weapons in this way. But often, instead of making money legally, most gunsmiths prefer to produce illegal weapons and cooperate with local organized crime. It is one of the largest in the country. Arms manufacturing cooperative is located on the island of Cebu in the heart of the Philippines. The organization is unique in that only weapons are produced here, and only copies of world-famous brands of pistols, machine guns and shotguns. 90% of the total production is made by hand. Workers spend more than 1 hour behind machines and workbenches to make real weapons out of several pieces of iron. Difficulties in such work arise due to the lack of modern equipment. In some factories, in large, old and noisy workshops, there are only a few machines, and the production conditions are not very suitable for creating high-quality weapons. Some of the most popular in the Philippines, despite being banned, are the Uzi and Ingram submachine guns. They mainly produce 38 and 45 caliber weapons, as well as pump-action shotguns. It takes a week to make a 38 caliber pistol that sells for $50. The 45 caliber pistol will take twice as long to produce, but will also cost more. Employees of such cooperatives receive an average of $100 a month, which is the minimum wage in the Philippines. Nearly 100 weapons come out of these workshops every day. For the most part, they are ordered by police officers, soldiers who are supposed to carry weapons on duty. Also, such weapons are in demand among the guards of shops and banks. The production of weapons is considered to be an old tradition in the region. They say that even under the Spaniards, arquebuses were made here. But the main production was established at the beginning of the 20th century, when the Philippines was an American colony. During the Second World War, the Americans used the services of local craftsmen to remake captured Japanese weapons to fit their caliber. Since then, mass manual production of machine guns and pistols has been carried out here. Despite the fact that in 1996 the authorities created a legal cooperative for the production of weapons, most of the workers who make weapons illegally and do not obey the cooperative. Finding such illegal production is not difficult. The workshop of such an artisanal gunsmith consists of a vise and a simple set of tools. Many craftsmen adopt their skills from grandfather to father and from father to son. Such peculiar weapon dynasties, people who grew up in a city where most of them were involved in the conversion of weapons or their production simply had nothing to do but make weapons, like their fathers. Therefore, many gunsmiths have mastered this skill while they were still in school. According to one of the chiefs of the cooperative, at least 5,000 people illegally produce weapons in Danao. Illegal production cannot do without its roof. The heads of local criminal gangs cover handicraft workshops for a fee. And everyone in Danao knows that without them, the existence of handicraft workshops would be impossible.
There are believed to be over 1 million firearms in circulation in the Philippines. At the same time, a third do not have a license. The police are aware that there are several illegal producers in the city, and when they find them, they first offer to join the cooperative and, if they refuse, they arrest them. Police officers say some workers are also employed by cooperatives and secretly make illegal weapons at their homes or in clandestine workshops on weekends. At the same time, a small number of primitive tools and old machines are used for production, which are easy to hide in case of police raids. The illegal arms business doesn't seem to disturb the peace of the city. Locals say that if you hear a gunshot on the streets of Danao, chances are nothing bad has happened. It's just one of the craftsmen testing the firepower of their new weapon. Not far from Danao in the city of Cebu is a modern legal arms factory that employs several hundred people. The plant produces pistols and rifles on the latest machines. Products are cheap and about 65% are exported to North America and Australia. The factory's gunsmiths make about 1,500 firearms a month, twice as many as a couple of years ago. According to the arms factory workers, artisanal manufacturers have no idea about mass production and quality control, and therefore are not able to compete with them. This is another similar factory. The watchful eye of this master named El Maragenza can accurately distinguish a good revolver from a defective one. He stands at the very end of the conveyor and checks the quality of the produced weapons, which are then exported. About 350 employees work at this enterprise. All of them are from Cebu City. El met himself, his father and grandfather also once worked in one of these workshops. However, after most of them were covered up, the young man went to work at a legal factory. About 20,000 weapons are produced here annually. 85% of the production of this enterprise is exported to the USA, Australia, Europe, where the demand for high-quality and inexpensive pistols is growing. Meanwhile, the domestic firearms industry is also gaining momentum. At the same time, while dealers are calling on the president to soften the laws for domestic sales, their opponents, on the contrary, want to tighten the rules. Nandi Pacheco, founder of the Society Without Guns organization, calls for increased penalties for illegal possession of weapons. He also wants people who carry guns in public to be sentenced to prison terms. According to him, the recent shooting in an American movie theater in Colorado showed that one should not be allowed to carry weapons for self-defense. However, his organization is not against the use of weapons by the military or the police, as well as by professional shooters. Nandi Pacheco opposes the mass production of pistols and calls dealers in this area sellers of death.
According to police statistics, clandestine workshops continue to thrive in the country, and there are between 350,000 and 400,000 unregistered weapons, most of which are in the possession of the civilian population. I recommend you to watch our video on handicraft weapons production in Pakistan. From this video you will learn about the history of this place and weapons workshops. This video is on the right. And that's all for today. If you like this video about Filipino gunsmiths, please put your like and subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Bye.